right, guys, welcome. It is Tuesday night. That means it is time for another episode of Back Talk with Bauer. I am Josh J. Bauer Art, the host of this mess I call a show. Welcome, and I hope everybody's doing well. I hope things are going well for you. This is episode number 24 of Back Talk with Bauer, and as always, we got tons of things going on, an awesome guest to chat about. But before we get to that, I gotta do all the good plugs and all that stuff. So if you're watching this on Facebook or YouTube, you can find all my episodes on Facebook. You can find them on the YouTube channel, either at J Bauer Art or Hanging with Web Show. You can also find a good start of a Facebook Watch season over at the HWWS WebTV YouTube channel, and I'm working with them on a bunch of upcoming stuff, so we got some tons of cool things coming on there. You can also catch this show on Twitch, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, Spotify, Stitcher, all the good stuff. If I am not on your favorite podcast app, let me know and I will try to get on there as long as I can find it, and because I think I'm on everybody by now. You can also head over to jbauerart.com and jbauerartshop.com to check out all the graphic design stuff, all the videos I've been editing, to get a feel for all that stuff. If you're looking for some graphic design work, you could also check out all my art. Most of the paintings down below here are for sale, so if you want one of those, just head over to jbauerartshop.com to purchase paintings, prints, stickers, all kinds of good stuff. Speaking of stickers, if you want, I am actually sending out a free Back Talk with Bauer sticker to everyone that messages me or emails me. So just hit me up on any of the social media at jbauerart, and you can get a free sticker sent to you. Hopefully you put it on your car so you can help promote the show. But yeah, I will send you one. Oh no, I am live on the big screen at Kingdom of Comics. This is going to go really wrong for you guys. I am so sorry, and I apologize for everything. But thank you, Jason, over at Kingdom of Comics. And what's up, Kyle Nunez, all the way from Holland. Good to see you, sir. Not much of the art wizard anymore, but I guess some graphic design wizard, which really doesn't flow as well as art wizard, but whatever. Oh, and if you like the video at the beginning of this episode, I created that so I can create one for you, for your business, your podcast, your web series, whatever you got going on. And then just to let everybody know, I created a threadless.com site. You can head over there and get all my old designs of shirts, including this bad boy here. You can get mugs, you can get all kinds of different things, and I'm slowly but surely adding more artwork here and there onto there. I'm going to try to get some of my old paintings, some of the stuff you see behind me, I'm going to try to get onto there as well. Just learning a little bit as I go, so please head over. You can find that at jbauerart.com. It says Threadless Shop or whatever the hell I named it. Click on that and you're ready to go. And then make sure to check out the HWWS WebTV YouTube channel. They got Legend of the Traveling TARDIS, Back Talk with Bauer, Saturday Morning Cartoons, Light Thunder Action, Nerd Culture Battle of the Nerds, Reels and Heels, Willow's Pillow Talk, Film Freaks, and so much more. I think that's all my sponsorship stuff. And we have to give a big shout out, since I'm on the big screen there. This is creepy. You shouldn't have told me that. Tell me at the end. But a big shout out to my sponsor, Kingdom of Comics. Thank you so much, guys, for all your support. They have been supporting me before the show, during the show, and hopefully after the show. We'll see. But they've supported the artwork, everything that I've been doing, and now they are official sponsors of Back Talk with Bauer. You can find all their stuff at facebook.com/Kingdom of Comics Shop. Make sure that you have 2 S's in there, because if you spell it wrong, you get some weird stuff. They are in Melbourne, Florida at 4320 South Babcock Street. The owners, Jason and Paula, are so nice and so supportive. You can get new comics. They are also an authorized CGC dealer. Toys, graphic novels, rare collectibles, pop statues, back issues, and so much more. You can even get amazing comics like these shipped to you. I just got these in the mail, plus some Legend of Korra graphic novels. And then there is out today is the Batman number 100, and then Spider-Man number 49, which is actually the 850th issue of Spider-Man. So please head over to Kingdom of Comics, especially on Fridays. You can get half off any beer with the purchase of a trade paperback or graphic novel, and make sure to ask about drinks to go deal. Support the people that support me. truly appreciate them hopping on as sponsors. And if you would like to sponsor the show, I am actually looking for a new live read sponsor. My youngest brother, Corey, just bought a house, so he can't sponsor the show right now because he's trying to buy couches. But so, yeah, if you want to sponsor the show, even if you don't have something to plug, if you're not a full business and you just want to sponsor the show, let me know. Because we could do the same thing I was doing with my brother. He was sponsoring the show, but we were doing a charity of the month thing. So if you would like to be, take that up for a few months, let me know. If you want to do your own business, that's more than fine. I've got monthly deals. I got 3-month deals. We could do a year. So yeah, I think that is all the plugs. Again, thank you guys for popping in. It is Back Talk with Bauer, episode number 24. And the guy that I am about to bring on, I have known for a good while now. I'm not sure how long. I was actually trying to think how we met, and I think he and I have had this conversation before, but we'll have to go over it again. But if you've been following me for a while, I've come out with a couple of different shirts, including the shirt I am wearing right now, the J. Bauer Art Parental Advisory shirt. And this is the man that has helped make them and create them. It is Aaron from Lazy Nerds Design. Hello, sir. How are you?
What up? What up?
Good to see you, man. Thank you for popping in and taking time out of your busy schedule. I love the setup behind you. It looks fantastic.
Appreciate it.
So how's things going, man?
Man. I can complain, but I'm not.
Nobody will listen anyways.
I know. And then if nobody's going to listen, then what's the point of complaining?
So before we get into stuff with you, I have been trying to think, when the hell did we meet? Do you remember? Because we've known each other for a good while now.
It had to be a con. And what type of con? I'm not sure. Was it 2020 event? Did you do that one?
Well, yeah, I did do the 2020 event, the one in Daytona, right?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it was that one. Yeah, I actually did really well at that dumpster fire. I don't know how. I'm pretty sure I'm one of the few people that actually made money that day. But yeah, you've been around forever. You actually did the first time, and I think we did it for Ignition Inc. 3. You did the Ignition Inc. t-shirt. I'm pretty sure that might have been the first t-shirt you did for us, if I'm remembering, or for me at least. Uh-oh, he froze. So this is some of the problems when you're doing stuff online and trying to get, do things over the internet and everything. Sometimes people freeze. Aaron, if you can hear me, hop out of the live stream and hop back in. Usually it fixes itself. We've got some feedback going on. So I'm going to drop him down because he's totally frozen. Yeah, this happens. Let's see. We've got some comments that I'm missing. Let's see. The coolest painter on the planet. That's debatable. Let's see if he's back. Are you back? Are you there? There we go.
I don't know what happened.
Yes. You gotta love the internet, right?
Yep. And I'm playing from pretty much premium internet. And I still have issues.
Gotta love it. All right. So. But yeah, we've known each other for a long time. You have done several shirts for me, for things that I've gotten into, my older podcast, which we will get into in a little bit. But so, when did you start messing around with? Was it automatically t-shirts right at the beginning? Did you start doing some artwork beforehand? How did you get into all this mess?
No lie, I had just really gotten into that when I met you.
Oh, really?
So you've been growing with me.
Holy crap, that's crazy. That's fantastic. So what got you into it? Were you already doing it? Because for me, I was already going to some cons and as a fan and stuff, and kind of realized that I could get into it too and, do what they were doing. Was it like that, or did you just fall into it?
I graduated full sail. I could not think of any type of job that I wanted to do that would be working for anybody. And I still had student loan money, so I bought screen print and stuff.
Oh, gotcha.
Am I coming in too hot on the mic or something?
Nope, you're good. You're good. Just making sure everything's sitting properly. It was driving me nuts.
Okay.
OCD is a bitch.
But yeah, I graduated full sail. I really couldn't think of any job, and my advisor couldn't figure out any job to send me in. He's like, it just sounds like you just want to be an entrepreneur. I was like, that sounds about right.
Right. What did you go to school for Full Sail?
Music business.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, ultimately I'm a guitarist and I wanted to do music, but I was like, well, music is not the immediate thing to put food on the table. So at least if I buy a screen print and stuff and I do T-shirts for people, including myself, around the time where my band is going to need merch, I'll be able to do it in-house. That way I can make everything more profitable.
Okay.
Plus, you know how shirt companies are. They always have these huge minimums and stuff.
Yep, that's why I keep coming to you. Because number one, your stuff is amazing, but also I can come to you for like 10 shirts and not get yelled at. So,
so I'm pretty flexible, and I try to be flexible with other people too. So that was the kind of the big deal with it. I was like, well, I can make my own merch, and to make sure I can afford to stay where I'm living, I'm pretty sure I can reach out to other companies to get me by until I got to the point where I needed merch for my own self and music.
Nice.
Then I was given a free table at one of the MegaCons.
Okay.
I'm jumping a little far ahead. I went to my first MegaCon, noticed two friends that I knew from working at GameStop, and they were selling their art.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, wait, that's an option?
Exactly. That's how we kind of all figure out. It's like we see somebody or we start talking to somebody and we're like, wait, you can do that?
So I kind of fell into it that way. I tried my first show with them, I think at like the next MegaCon for free or something like that. And then it just kept snowballing into what we have now.
Awesome. So were you doing like any kind of art before? Because I know like most of the all the designs you print are yours, right?
Yeah. My friend had to teach me. He gave me like a crash course at Illustrator.
Okay.
And from pretty much now until more recently, I had been like Frankensteining a lot of my artwork until I got an iPad.
Okay.
An iPad, and then now I've been slowly getting better and better at actually drawing things out myself without having to use Illustrator.
Nice. Big shout out to my mother-in-law, Mama Humphrey. Thank you for hopping on. Much love to you, and I hope you're doing all right. And I can't wait to see you in December.
Hi, Mother Humphrey.
But yeah, so I remember because we ran into each other a few times at different shows and everything. And you already had, I think the first time I saw you already had a ton of stuff. Mm-hmm. And like, what were some of your early designs? Do you remember?
I was really kind of simple stuff. I had like the Smash Ball logo. Mm-hmm. I have this shirt that I still sell that has is Vader gonna have to choke a beat? I don't know how.
You can swear. We're all good.
Okay, yeah. It has Vader gonna have to choke a bitch on it. A lot of one color things. I had the Nightmare Before Christmas with 0 on it. That says number of fucks given 0.
I think I kind of remember that one. I should have bought that one.
So it started off with very simple things that I can find a reference photo,
right?
Manipulate it so I can at least still kind of call it mine, and put it out there. Nice. Until now, I'm actually like full out, pretty much from A to Z redrawing things.
Right. So when you first get into doing the cons and everything, everybody has a different experience for their first few. How was the reception of people? Was it like quick and a lot of people were paying attention? Was it a slow build? How did that work out for you?
My very first one, when I did that one that I got for free, I definitely wasn't prepared. I think I made a couple $100, but it definitely wasn't. It was one of those experiences like, oh man. If it's gonna be like this, I don't know if this is for me. But I'm pretty optimistic to the point that it could be disillusional.
Mm-hmm.
That I kept trying. I was like, I can get better, all right? As long as I put my head down and keep working, I can make this work, right?
That's what I keep telling myself, and I've been doing it 7 years, and I've gotten okay, but but no, it's you just kind of, and sometimes you don't even notice it. You just kind of evolve, and then you have certain people that are following you or hang out with you or appreciate you, and they're kind of the ones that are going, man, you've gotten this has gotten really better. You've been doing this better. Things are going, and you're like, oh, okay, cool.
You say so.
If you say so.
If you happy, I'm happy. You paying my bills, so I won't call you wrong.
Right, yeah. Well, I won't argue with you. So when did now you did? I remember you did at least at Ignition and maybe a couple other shows. You were taking stuff to the conventions to make the shirts. Did that last long? How was that a all the time thing? How long did that last?
It was a pretty all the time thing because to hedge my bets on make sure I maximize my profits. I was like, and of course this is annoying, but if you break everything with me, unfortunately they make you pay for electricity or whatever it is, what it is.
Yeah.
Let me pay for electricity, come with a box full of blank shirts, and just let customers pick what color shirt they want on and decide. So that way I wouldn't come in with pre-printed stuff and then be stuck with a design that didn't work.
Right.
So yeah. For Ignition, I think I did that. I want to say I probably did it for maybe 2 years.
Okay.
Stop.
Yeah, because I would run into you in a few spots here and there where you were bringing them out, and I think one of the times you're like, yeah, I don't know if that's worth it anymore.
Yeah, because when you do like a show like Miami SuperCon, it's like, well, if you're gonna pay me, you're gonna charge me $200 for electricity, only one outlet. I might as well just spend $200 on merchandise. Because at the end of the day, at least if I sell it at cost, I still make my money back.
Right.
But if I give you $200, that's just poof, gone.
Yeah. Hey, welcome GW Pomichter and Sage from Hangin with Web Show, the HWWS WebTV YouTube channel. Thank you guys for popping in. It's good to see you. So when did you, because you were down in Florida for the longest time. Well, actually, before I ask that question, Terry had some awesome questions. He said, what is your most challenging design that you have created?
That's a layered question because for me, sort of being a novice to the art scene.
Yeah, they all have kind of been complicated.
Yeah,
right?
I have my challenges when it comes to just. I probably have my more challenging thing when it came to actually drawing the art. And then there's designs where I probably went too hard in the detail. And it's hard to line up the screens because I'm doing everything manual with the screen printing. So, it's hard to think.
Well, so why if it comes up, let me know, because I mean and especially you have done tons of different designs and everything. Like I've had that question asked to me for my artwork and everything, and half the time I forget all the stuff I painted. So if you think of something, let me know. We can totally go back.
There's any design that I only print on black shirts.
Okay.
For the most part, always a pain in the butt to print. It's all because at least
all of my designs.
No, because yours aren't too many colors, and even if there's too many colors, usually you use black as the shirt.
Right.
But, like any shirt that you see that has hair on it and is on a black shirt, just know I cry a little bit before I have to. Because you have to line up these different parts of the hair and the eyes to fit in the right part of the face. And usually characters with faces and hair, those are the most difficult ones for me to pretty much draw and line up. Because I'm getting better at the hair.
Right.
And it's a pain in the butt.
I still hate hands. I can't stand hair. I love doing, especially in paintings, because you can just put a paintbrush in and then it just kind of looks like hair. You know, when you're doing digital stuff, it's a little harder to get that weird texture to hair. But when you're painting, you're just like, And I'm like, that looks like hair. And if you put enough of those and then kind of step back, you're like, that's hair.
Oh, it is hair.
Yeah. And then Terry also asked, how long do you normally spend on a design?
If I sit down a full session for a t-shirt, because I don't have to do as much. I don't have to make backgrounds and everything. A full session might take me like 5 hours to actually complete the image.
Okay.
From putting it into a screen so I can screen print it onto a t-shirt, it'll probably be another 3 to 5 hours of prepping and stuff on that end.
Yeah, and that's what we haven't really talked about it. You actually do the full screen printing. So for somebody that's doesn't really know what that is or what it entails, can you give like a little quick description of what you do to make a shirt?
I'm doing better.
We could play show and tell. I love show and tell.
So this is a screen.
Yeah.
We every time I need a color, I have to make a pencil using one of these. So this is a friend of mine. What's his name right now? I can't think of his name right now.
He's a great friend.
He did He did a Hellboy design. He had a 3-color design. This is the white outline of the design. So I had to do one in white. He did his eyes in yellow. So there's a screen for yellow for his eyes, and of course Hellboy is red. So I had to get one of these red. So the process is draw it, vectorize it, print out on transparencies, coat these things with this blue stuff that you see on the screen because the mesh of the screen is actually white. You see,
right?
So
wherever you see white is where the ink is going to hit.
Yep. So coat it with this thing. Put the printout on here, put it on the light box. It weakens the stencil, throw some water on it, and it breaks down only where that image had the black from the printout. And then that's how we make stencils.
Nice. So yeah, it's a hell of a process to do that. There's there's a couple newer ways that people do it now, but I still love screen printing because you even my shirt here, you can kind of feel it a little bit. What's nice about yours is it's not crazy thick because I've had some shirts that are just it feels like it's weighing you down. Every time I get stuff from you, it's always feels you can feel it, but it's not weighing you down, and that's why I keep coming back to you.
What's great about a lot of designs you do too, since you're not using so many colors.
Yeah.
Or even if you did use a lot of colors, you spread the art out to let it breathe. Some of my designs that have all the colors on top of each other.
Right.
You kind of feel those because everything's so layered on top of you.
Right.
And, the other way to mitigate that too is using higher mesh screens. Like the one I have right now has a mesh count of 155 or 156.
Okay.
You just bump it up to 200 and 205 or something like that, and it'll give you more of a soft hand feel.
Nice. Yeah, and speaking of my shirt designs, because I forgot to plug it earlier, so we'll plug it now. Aaron Lazy Nerds Designs is creating the first ever Back Talk with Bauer podcast T-shirt. It is the average of, or the all right of, that's what it is, the all right of Back Talk with Bauer. And it is actually going to be my first design with multiple colors. I went all out and went with black, white, and red.
3 or 4 colors.
Yeah. So technically the official end date to order those is today. So head over to jbauerartshop.com to pre-order them. I am going to leave it up for a few more days till the end of Friday. If you do not put in your order by Friday, you ain't getting a shirt. So I don't want to hear you whine on Saturday. You've had 2 weeks. Yeah, you've had 2 weeks, so please put in your pre-orders. It's $20 for the shirt, $8 for shipping, and it's supporting the show. It's supporting 2 awesome local businesses. So buy a freaking shirt. But yeah. So how long Now, are you still? I know not right this moment, but before COVID hit, were you still doing conventions?
Oh yeah, I was killing
Okay,
it.
so you were doing you had the physical store and the conventions at the same time.
I had a physical store at the mall, our local mall.
Right.
I the weekend COVID actually came. I
Right.
was supposed to do 3 cons that weekend.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so I was supposed to have 3 cons that weekend plus the store, and COVID smacked me all around. They told me to sit down.
Now I'm not great with math, but I'm pretty sure there's only one of you, and
Mm-hmm.
that's 4 different locations to be at. How's that working out?
At the time, I was making it work. We had I had built up teams. I had employees at the time.
Oh wow.
So, which all the employees were friends and family, but still, nonetheless, I had to pay them. They're still employees.
So when did you? Because you were originally down here, and then you moved to where now? I can't remember.
I'm back home in Louisiana.
Oh, you're in Louisiana now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you went somewhere else for a minute though, right? Didn't you go to Tennessee or something?
I wish.
Yeah.
The last time I went to Nashville, I was like, this is like a cleaner Baton Rouge. I think I can live here.
Oh, there you go.
So I wouldn't mind putting myself in Tennessee, and that's still kind of middle of the road that I can travel anywhere without having to drive so far.
Right. So you moved from Orlando to Baton Rouge?
Yep, moved back to Baton Rouge because that's where I'm from, Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I had moved to Orlando to go to Full Sail for school.
Oh, okay,
I've been
gotcha.
around as long as I could, because we have cons almost every weekend in Florida.
Right.
Even though
Yep.
all of them are the greatest.
Especially the last 2 years, they were just grinding me, man. And I kind of the only thing I was doing last year, I think I may have paid for one, but the rest of the time I was just teaming up with Hanging with Web Show and going and live painting with them and messing around. And I wasn't even caring about selling stuff because I was so tired of hearing people that, you have shirts, so people can wear shirts all the time.
Yeah.
I sell prints and paintings. And they're like, I don't have wall space. I don't have money. I don't have this. I'm like, get the hell away from my table then. But
Yeah, it's a much tougher market. I believe it's a much tougher market.
Oh, for sure. It's I do not miss the cons much. Oh, he froze again. We'll see if he comes back. But yeah, as I was saying, oh, I hear you again. You there?
Yep, I think so.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you.
Okay.
We good?
You're a little slow, but coming back, but I think we're good.
Okay.
There we
I wonder
go.
if it's my.
You're what?
I said, I wonder if it's my internet.
Maybe, because it might be mine, but I think everything's unplugged. Who knows? You gotta love, and sometimes people are streaming too much at one time, and that messes things up. Yeah. I've had better luck with StreamYard because I had another one, and that if like too many people were on at once in their stuff, it would bog your video down. So when did you start the actual shop? Because I know that's been what, a year or so, maybe a little bit more.
You said repeat it.
When did you start the actual shop?
Technically, when I moved back home, maybe a year later. Because when I first moved back home, I have a friend that's also my tattoo artist. He allowed me to print out back shed for free. So I did that for almost about a year, and then I had to move from there, and then I moved into a shop that I actually ended up living out of. It had no windows, but it was great because I don't know, I'm elusive. I'm totally okay with being alone and trapped in places without sunlight. I'm an omnivert that leans more towards the side of introvertedness.
Okay.
So me being trapped in that building for 4 to 5 days a week was fine because it's like, well, the weekend I come out and I interact with people and I'm in the sunlight. and then I go back in my cave.
Okay.
So I was fine with that, but that was my first technical shop.
Okay.
And then my girlfriend moved. I met my girlfriend in the first Dragon Ball Z convention in Texas. Met her, started dating her. I fooled her into moving down here. I don't know how. So she moved down here. She can't. She started getting stir crazy with the non-light.
She's not as
So
much as a hermit, cave
no,
dweller as you are.
no, not at all. I don't need the sunlight at all. So in order to do better for her,
Mm-hmm.
we end up moving shops, and then we also end up moving into an actual house, renting out a house.
Okay.
So it just ended up working out. The shop we ended up moving into ended up being way bigger on more of a major part of the road, and it only ended up being like I think $100 cheaper. I mean $100 more.
Oh wow. Was that the one that was in the mall, or is that another one?
No, that's the one I'm currently sitting in right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the one I'm currently sitting in now. This is shop number 2.
Okay.
Then we moved into the mall, but we didn't completely move into the mall because ever since I had moved back home,
Mm-hmm.
just you guys have a mall that does the same thing. It allows people like us, small business owners, to pay
Oh,
up
okay.
$500 for the weekend, and then you can set up shop and sell your stuff.
Okay.
So weekends that I didn't have cons, I was like, well, I'll come to the mall and see what I can make. If I can make a little money, I can make a little money, but at the same time, it's also self promotion.
Yeah.
I would do that, and every time I would do that, the lady liked my products and kept asking me to get a store. So for like 2 years, I put her off, and then last time I did the little pop up thing, she was like, "Let me show you the store," and she basically got me in by saying, "Well, you can only if you do like 4 months for this," and it was 4 months before the holidays, so it was kind of
Oh,
like.
okay.
So I was like, "Well, yeah, the rent is expensive, but it's before the holidays," and that's how she got me. December was great.
Yeah, I loved all the pictures you were posting up and the look of the place. It looked really neat.
Yeah, it was great.
But I'm guessing that now that's done now, right? Now you're just in this location for now.
We were only required to stay till like February of this year,
Mm-hmm.
but I was like, well, we're doing okay. We were constantly the more and more our name was getting out there, and the cool thing about us, everybody inside the mall, like Hot Topic and Box Lunch and Spencer's,
Right.
they were all cool with us. So anytime they didn't have anything, they was like, hey, go outside by Apple and check out Lazy Nerds.
Oh wow, that's cool.
Yeah, so the longer we were there, we were actually doing better and better.
Wow.
So I was like, well, as long as we're doing good, I won't pull us out, and I won't pull us out because we were basically on a month-to-month situation.
Okay.
After we got past February, we was on month-to-month. I think we did pretty good in March. Then COVID happened, and we were just in this limbo thing.
Yeah.
The mall was still charging us even though they were closed.
Oh man.
Yeah, that's why we had to just completely pull out. We wanted to stay, but mall rent ain't cheap rent.
No, and that's total bull that they're charging you when they're not even open.
For sure. And the way I see it too, I was like, man, I was just doing this to see if I could do it or not. So my emotions really weren't tied into that place. So I was like, oh, I can do this. So now that I know, I was like, well, plus it's the mall. The mall always looking for new tenants.
Right.
So if I ever wanted to come back,
Yeah, if we ever get to a where people can go to malls again.
yeah. So like, if I ever want to come back, I'll come back. But then we found this place. The crazy part about it, I had been looking at this place before I went to the mall for months,
Mm-hmm.
but they never had a for lease sign.
Mm.
But I could tell that it wasn't no tenants in it.
Okay.
So I really want to know about this place. We go to the mall. I think maybe after Christmas or something. Then the police sign came up. I'm like,
It's crazy how that works out.
yeah, worked out that way. And then COVID happened. And I was like, well, we're done with the mall anyway, so let me just give them a call just in case. I'm sure it's like mad expensive.
Right.
Came in. The spot is actually our spot in the mall is like 2,200 square feet or 24. I get it mixed up because the place I'm in now is either 22 or 24. So between the two, I can never remember which is which. But yeah, the new place is 1,000 square feet more.
Wow.
For half the cost that I was paying at the mall.
Holy cow. And is it good? Because, I mean, some, like, they say malls are good foot traffic, but, like, I don't see, like, most of the time when I go to the mall or see people going to the mall, they're going to buy that one thing. They may look around a little bit and then leave. Are you getting a lot of foot traffic with your new location?
We're not there yet. I assume we should. It's on one of our big roads. It's in a more safer part of town too.
Okay.
Right around the corner is the school. So where it's located, with the pricing, the location, I assume it should be a good fit. It should be a better move. At the mall, we were getting traffic, but it is really important to have a sign. The first time we moved in, we didn't have a sign. We got a sign up there. It definitely brought in more traffic and more sales. But the other issue was we were outside the mall instead of inside the mall.
Oh, okay.
So granted, we were right next to Apple, so that definitely did help us out.
Mm-hmm.
But I bet if we were inside the mall, I think we would have did a lot better.
So Terry asks another good question. How many test prints have you went through? So like when you're doing, I'm sure you went through a ton with all the stuff you've done, but like when you're getting ready to do the colors and everything, do you go through a lot of different test prints to get it all ready? How does that work?
Honestly, for the most part, since I've been doing it so long, I don't really do any more test prints.
Okay, so you kind of got the feel for the inks, the colors, and everything like that. So you just go at it.
On Illustrator, I'll go ahead and play with colors, and if I can't decide on any colors, I'm like, here, internet, you tell me what y'all like, and I'll just do what you want. Because at the end of the day, that's who matters anyway. It doesn't really matter what I think.
Right.
So I'll play with color swatches on the internet. On Illustrator, then throw it out there, and then when it comes to test printing to line everything up, for the most part, when the screen is fresh and doesn't have ink on it, it's translucent enough that you can kind of put it where it needs to go.
Right.
Plus, you have register marks too.
Yeah.
As long as you line those register marks up and you can see, line it up and do the fine tuning. I've been doing it long enough. Most of the time, I don't have to do a test print.
Nice. Well, practice makes perfect on all that. So.
Like 7 years of practice.
So I had to dig through a little bit. I couldn't find the ignition one. I think I have that one packed away somewhere too. What's that?
That's one of my favorite shirts.
That one came out real nice, and I even love the because we did front and back, and it was a stormtrooper with ignition ink across it, and I think it had the year and everything, and it was really sharp. And then the back, you had we had all of our sponsors for that year, and like we did them all kind of the same color, so it wasn't because I've seen a couple of them. Everybody gets like their specific colors, and it looks like a mess. We kept everything. I think it was just white, and we just had it all, and it looks so nice. I'll have to post up a picture later because I know I have. We were actually cleaning because during COVID and everything, we weren't going anywhere like through the lockdown and stuff, and we were really just staying home. So I ripped apart the art cave in here to redo it so it was half art cave, half podcast cave.
Yeah.
And I'm going through some stuff here and there, and I'm like, son of a bitch. My wife's like, what? I'm like, I still have Ignition Ink shirts. And that show hasn't been around for at least 4 to 5 years.
I was sad that we didn't get an Ignition Ink 2.
Well, technically, the one that we did with you there, that was Ignition Ink 3. I did 2 before that. but I just got so tired. I thought going to cons and being an artist at a con was bad.
Mm-hmm.
Putting one on is even worse.
Oh yeah, for
Yeah,
sure. I'm
and
sure.
just there was people doing shit here and there behind my back, and some bullshit here and there, and I'm like, I don't have the time or patience for this. So I killed that thing, and it was so nice to kill it. I was just like put a nice knife into it.
But yeah, I love that shirt because when you guys sent me the artwork for that shirt, that was the first time me messing with halftones. And it came out perfect because of I don't know what you call the effect you guys did with the red.
Right.
But that was my first time doing it. I was very intimidated when you sent it to me, but I didn't say it.
Yeah, you were totally confident. Yeah, I can do that. How many you need? I'm like, this many, and this and this, because we ordered a bunch to start off with, and then you actually came and sold whatever we had left. So yeah, I mean, they look phenomenal. So I'll definitely be posting up a picture later of that. But yeah, I think Brandon Specht, one of the other guys that was helping me run it, and him and I were like the creators of it. That was his design. Yeah, I had enough going on. I'm like, you go design the shirt.
Every once in a while, I'll come across it in my drawer or in my closet.
Right.
I'm like, I'm throwing this one.
do you do? You get a lot of different designs. You have your own designs. I know you've done some other people's. Do you usually try to make one if it's a cool design, one for yourself to wear around?
Oh yeah, for sure. Like when you send me the new artwork for the next one, I definitely will be rocking that one.
Nice, thank you. Yeah, I cannot wait to get that made. I'm really looking forward to that. So yeah, like I said, he made this awesome one, the parental advisory one for J Bauer Art, and then I think this might have been the first one I had you do for me, which was my twist on if anybody's a WWE fan, Finn Balor. He has Balor Club, and then he's got like really poiky things coming down and everything. So of course I loved that design and had to do the splatter with devil horns and the spray paint and everything. And then look how, I don't know if you can see it, but look how awesome you got the damn website and my old logo.
I don't remember being that part.
Oh yeah, yeah. So there's that one, and then I actually have a couple of designs of yours because we've been, and I think actually this one design I got at the that 2050 event or whatever it was in Daytona, which is the Dark Nightmare Before Christmas, and this might have been when we first met, or at least I was, because I looked at that thing all weekend. I'm like, all right, I'm getting that. I just need to make a couple of bucks, and I am buying that thing because
I think I was putting awesome. On site at that show. I did it on gray and I did it on purple.
Yep. Yeah, that was fantastic. And then I got another one of yours. I can't remember when I got this one. I might have ordered this one from you, but you got blue from. Maybe. Was that?
I said maybe. I can't remember. I missed that.
Yeah. We got Pac-Man and blue from Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. I saw you posted that one and I loved it. I think I might have seen it and then asked you to ask you to make me one and pick it up at a show.
Gotcha.
I think that's how it worked. But yeah, you've always done cool stuff, and I haven't been able. I've seen a couple designs here and there, but your stuff is always phenomenal, and you do an awesome job. I always come back to you for shirts, and I've made a new rule because I've got the Threadless account now. I am over pre-orders for shirts, so my plan is like the first round of shirts. If I come up with new ones, I'm gonna go through you, so I'm still supporting you. But then after that, when it's like kind of retired and I don't do the pre-orders, it's going to Threadless, so they can just order it and leave me the hell alone.
The crazy part about those shirts, it's been 5 to 7 years between the two of them.
Oh yeah.
At least on this end, they look good.
Oh yeah. Well, and when it comes to your shirts and like these ones and everything, I baby them a bit too. I make sure to wash them inside out, to hang dry them. Like I do a little fluff and then hang dry them, and it makes it last longer. So yeah, I've actually seen a couple people sporting the Ignition Ink shirts, and they still look fantastic. And that's at least 5 years.
I don't wear it as often, but I at least wear it I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 times a year or something like that.
Right. But yeah. So do you do now for somebody like me that wants to get shirts made? Or do you do that for everybody? Am I just like, am I special or in that aspect? I know I'm special in other aspects.
You are special, Josh, but honestly, for you, for sure, I'll bend over backwards for you, no problem.
Well, I appreciate that.
Anybody else, I do also do customs. Just
Okay.
be nice and understanding, and
Yeah.
I'm a lot more easy to deal with. I'll be a lot more, willing to do it because I mostly like to focus on my brand because if you're not like a corporation, corporations usually come with they already have everything, and they're
Right.
like, I just need a company logo right here. Give me 100 of them, and it's nice and simple.
Right.
When you're working with other creatives, the minutia that you can get into with everybody trying to be more complex is a little bit more taxing on my brain that I just.
Yeah, I know the last shirt I got, which was this one, the parental advisory one. I sent it too small to you, and you're like, "Do you really want it this small?" I'm like, "Oh God, no!" And that's why I love coming to you, because like even like I go and mess up like that. You're just like, "Hey, is it supposed to be like this?" I'm like, "No, I want it like full shirt size." God damn it! But yeah, you're always good to me, and you're always awesome, and I greatly appreciate you taking care of me every time.
I'll put it.
Jason over at Kingdom of Comics, the one of the sponsors. What's that?
I'll put it this way: I'm a nonchalant guy. If you're also a nonchalant person, an easygoing person, I would love to do anything that I make for myself. I would love to do for you. But if you're really high strung and full of energy, I'm a low energy guy, so I pulls my energy down.
Yeah, the only thing I have to do once in a while is message Aaron and be like, "Hey, did you get the shirts done yet?"
And I need it every once in a while. I don't mind people. Like, don't get me wrong. I don't mind people staying on top of me within reason.
Yeah. I usually give it like a week or two, and the only time I'm ever like going like, "Hey," is like if I want it for a certain event. But I usually try to order you like 2 months before.
Yeah.
That's why we have the 2 week period, because I want my shirt. I want to sport my shirt when I head to Kingdom of Comics for my first live broadcast on December 19th. So, I try to make sure I give you enough time, and then we have plenty of time to play with. So,
Yeah.
but
the part before the fall of COVID, kind of after now, I have been doing everything on my own. So before I've been doing everything on my own, I had a little bit of taste of having employees, and now I'm back to doing everything on my own. So you have to be a little patient with me.
Oh yeah. And Jason at Kingdom of Comics says he loves the Dark Nightmare Before Christmas design. It's fantastic.
Thank you. Sometimes my brain just pumps out things that I don't know.
So when is what's, because we're not out of the hole yet with COVID. Heaven only knows when it'll end. But I'm sure you still have some goals, some future plans. What is your plans coming up? Maybe not even accounting COVID, but just things you want to get to next. Or just keep selling like a MFR and and bringing in the money.
Honestly, one of my goals were to become a Twitch affiliate.
Okay.
I had that accomplished really
nice.
not long ago. So now a Twitch affiliate. Honestly, it's just really to have fun.
Well, and you started a podcast now, right?
Yeah, I started a podcast, and that was basically on having fun right now. I do one with my friend Kosi.
Okay.
We technically supposed to make a gaming. I guess it's mostly kind of gaming centric, but it's definitely a lot more rambling on off topic stuff, which is perfect for me because that's like mainly the type of podcast that I consume anyway. Yeah,
Right.
That's a focus, but they don't never stay on that focus.
Yep, that's why I usually stick for one-on-one for my shows, because when I do like the Back Talk with friends and I get multiple people,
Yeah.
it's just a cluster.
So I have that podcast with him.
Okay.
I did one episode with my dad. I'm trying to get him back. From what I've heard from the people that have seen it, they definitely enjoyed it. Thought it was very funny. So any probably endearing things you think about me, a lot of them comes from my dad. So I was
Okay.
like, it'd be dope to have a podcast with him. He's fake and shy. So I'm trying to get him back on that. And then my other kind of podcast thing I've been doing as well is Lazy Talks with. So we already talked. So it's Lazy Talks with artists, Lazy Talks with a computer programmer. I'm just trying to talk to other um, business owners or creatives,
Okay.
trying to create like a platform for them to also kind of like what you're doing.
Right. Right.
Let them talk, promote themselves, but at the same time do it in a way that's not so structured.
Right.
I'm not a structured person. Really. If you look at my business, you will think it is, and I am kind of there.
Right.
But at the same time, I'm still spur of the moment, super authentic. What you get is what you get. I'm not gonna fake the funk at all, and that's kind of how I want our conversations to be with the Lazy Talks with. Just two people having a conversation, and we might promote whatever we do.
There might be a promotion in there somewhere. You'll have to dig through it.
There'll be a lot of rambling on, but in between the rambling on, there'll be nuggets of information that you can also use to inspire yourself to do something that you're passionate about.
As long as you get one at the beginning of the show and one at the end of the show, you're usually good. That's what I try to do. It's like we get one at the beginning, one at the end. If one in between, what's that?
I'll put that in my tip book.
There you go. I got all the tips for shows.
Don't tell me that. I'll be hitting you up.
Hey, I'm more than happy to help, and I got a good network of people with the HWWS WebTV that we've created this whole little network together. So we are more than happy to help, and I have been learning it as we go because I created the show right at the beginning of COVID.
Okay.
Because I was doing the live painting, I was doing stuff with Hangin with Web Show. So like all of April, I had booked like every weekend. It was insane. And then it just went, I'm like, oh, okay. And then they're like, this could be like this for God knows how long. I'm like, well, I need something to do. And like the art stuff wasn't
Enough.
the live painting was picking up, but the art stuff in general wasn't making money. It wasn't for 2 years. I was just banging my head against a brick wall.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, you know what? Screw it. Art can take a back seat. I got into the graphic designing, and I'm like, I'm just gonna make a random show. And it was just supposed to be random, and then somehow I got talked into doing it a weekly podcast. I blame GW Pomichter for that, but it's become this, and it's going well. And now I have an actual sponsor, which is terrifying, but it's just kind of building up, and I've been making it look better and adding more to it, and now I have a fancy intro and everything, so it's getting there.
The fancy intro definitely has me envious. I'm like, Josh is gonna make me hit him up with my intro.
That is one of the reasons I have an intro. So when people are like, well, who made that? I could tell you who. I could tell you pricing too.
Yeah, that's a couple of things that you've been doing. And I'm like, I don't want to do it. I don't want to learn how to do it. If Josh can do it, I trust.
That is what I am here for, sir. So let me know. I am more than happy to work with you. The intro videos have been hell of fun to make. I have made myself a bunch of different ones. I've made some other shows different ones. And the coolest one I just did, we did Film Freaks. It's a watch along show that was on. It's on Saturday nights, and I found like all the perfect role for it, and I even found like this cool like drum thing that sounds like an old school like 20s movie reel thing, and I got the noise perfectly, and it's like my favorite one. It's even more favorite. Like I love the one that plays for here because I really love the music and stuff, but the music and video going together, Film Freaks is the best so far.
Yeah, I definitely like what you've been doing, and
Thank you.
Also like to say, it's nice to see. I can tell when we would bump into each other at cons, I can tell the stress that the cons are giving to you.
Yep.
It's definitely fun to see that you're actually enjoying what you've been doing. You're doing lately.
Thank you. Yeah, it's I hate saying it, and I've talked about it on a few other shows, but I know COVID has really fucked up the world.
Oh
But
yeah,
for me, it has given me time to actually stop, reset, focus on new things. And now that I have focused on two other things that aren't painting, it's artwork, it's creativity, but I've been doing really well. I've had people actually paying me for logos and different things like that. I've like turned the whole thing around right now,
yeah,
and it's kind of the best thing that's gone on for me. I hate saying it because I know there's really bad things, but I mean, when there's a bunch of negative, there's always some positive too.
yeah,
So I've used this time just to like a giant reset. I've been working with Hanging with and all the stuff that they're doing, and it's just been nice creating things that people actually want.
yeah.
And then, oh, go ahead.
No, I was just about to say the same thing. I hate also saying that COVID is one of the better things that happened to me
Right.
because I know how it definitely has affected a lot of people. But at the
Mm-hmm.
same time, I already told you I was trying to do 3 shows in one and have a store at the same weekend. I
Right.
recently got a mentor and we sat down and added up how many hours a week I was working. I was working like 80 hours a week,
Right.
16 weekends straight.
Oh,
So it's like, if COVID didn't kill me, I was gonna kill me. So
right.
it's good.
Yeah, it definitely was like just a slow down, a reset, and just go, okay, dumbass, look at your shit.
Yeah.
Here's what you're doing wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, and now that we're kind of, again, we're on the very beginning of getting out of it.
Yeah.
Who knows how long it's going to be, but we're able to go out a little bit, see some people, do a little things here and there. And now my stuff, if I've got the proper thing that all three are feeding into each other now.
Mm-hmm.
So now, like, even just now, like, you saw the intro, you saw some other stuff of me in here, so now you're thinking about contacting me for stuff. So there's that. There's, people are watching this and they see the artwork on the backgrounds and message me wanting a painting or a print or something. And then, the I go and post something about the artwork or something and people find out I have a podcast. So it's crazily fitting into and feeding each other now that I have this perfect little symmetry of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm interested to see when we can go out and play again, how this is
Yeah.
all gonna work. I'm a little scared because I like my little bubble right now, but hopefully it'll lead into bigger and better things.
Yeah. The crazy thing about it is, this is probably things that we wanted to do, but we were so caught up in the weeds
Yes.
of being artists and selling
Yes.
that we knew this was important and we need to be doing these things
Mm-hmm.
for our brand. But it's like, money, 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 art.
Yep.
And social media just took the back burner. And I was like, well, I got nothing but time.
Yeah. Yeah. I've always wanted to do a podcast because I've always loved going on other people's shows. It's especially I really love going on other people's shows because you never know what your kind of conversation you're going to walk into. I've done a bunch of amazing shows where I can go in, I can tear it up, and I can cause all kinds of trouble I want to, just and be me. And then I've done some really effed up shows where I'm like, what the hell am I doing here? But they're all fun because you never know what you're going to get. So I've always wanted to do one. I wanted to be an outlet for people. I wanted to make sure, like, because I was actually just chatting with another artist that's in the UK.
Okay.
And I'm going to do a show with him. It'll be 10 a.m. my time next Saturday. But it'll be 3 p.m. his time. And we were chatting back and forth. He goes, I really want to do it, but I don't, I'm not much of a talker. Even my wife was actually finding it funny that I was going to go on a podcast. I'm like, don't think of it as a podcast. It's basically a video chat where you and I are just BSing. I'll ask you a bunch of questions about your artwork. I love your work, so I'll pick your brain. We'll talk about things. I'm sure some random bullshit will come up, and we'll have a good time.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay, that sounds good. And that's what I just try to offer. It's just like a good time and a good way to get your, if if you strike a chord with certain people in this chat, they will stalk you forever. I would say follow you, but some of them are stalkers, Terry. But I love you,
I
Terry.
think we're very similar in our approach to the podcast thing. I just want to talk to you. I
Yeah.
want to learn. I mean, they also have there's a camera,
Yep.
but at the end of the day, like I kind of forgot that I was just talking to you on my computer. This is just really us just hanging out, and that's the feel that I want for all my other guests. Let's just hang out, have a conversation. I get to learn a new person. You
Yep.
get to talk, learn a new person as well. Then I don't know, maybe we all get get more well known from doing this. If not,
Yep.
still had a good time.
Yeah. And these are, and they're always up so people can watch them at any point. This could be, you could get somebody a year from now going and watching this and going, oh, I heard you on Back Talk with Bauer. I haven't been on there in a year, but, you never know what's going to happen. But, thank you so much for coming on, man. We're getting right at that end point. So let's plug all your stuff, how people can follow you, buy shirts, do all that good stuff.
I guess the best way: Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter. Lazy Nerds Designs. Well, Twitter is Lazy Nerds. Lazy Nerds Design. But pretty much, if you type in Google Lazy Nerds Designs, you should find everything there. If not, go to Facebook or Instagram. Click the little link in the bio. When you click that link in the bio, it gives you all my links for everything. It gives you my Twitch. It gives me an email, my phone, business phone number, the website. You'll get it all through there.
Yep. And I'll make sure I always put right now, if you're watching on Facebook, his Facebook link is right in wherever the things are in Facebook land. I don't even know. And then when this hits YouTube, you'll be able to find all of his links on there. So again, Aaron, thank you so much for popping in. I greatly appreciate you taking time to hop on and chat. I will definitely have you on more episodes because you and I can BS till the end of days. And it's great to see you, man. I hope we can see each other again soon in person, but it's nice to sit down and chat with you because I can't remember the last time I even seen you in person. It's been a while.
Yeah, we're gonna have to. If we can't, next time we're gonna have to just do that.
Oh man. All right, so this has been Back Talk with Bauer, episode number 24. I am Josh of J Bauer Art. If you like the artwork on the walls, if you want a sticker, if you want paintings, if you want a t-shirt, buy a goddamn Back Talk with Bauer t-shirt so Aaron and I can eat. Head over to jbauerart.com or jbauerartshop.com. Eventually they will all be one. I'm not in the mood to make an art shop right now on my website. You can find me on Twitch, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, Spotify, Stitcher. Please, please, please go hit the subscribe buttons, hit the download buttons. The more numbers I have, the more sponsors I can get, the bigger show I can make, and be able to do more fun things. I am trying to build this up so conventions want me to come to them instead of me paying them, because I'm done with that crap. But other than that, please like, share, all that good stuff. Hit up my stuff, J Bauer Art. Hit up Lazy Nerd Designs, Lazy Nerds Designs on all the stuff. Stock us. We greatly appreciate it. And I will catch you guys next week. Later.